The story of America is rich and complex. It begins with the fiery spirit of revolution and carries forward through the trials and triumphs of a burgeoning nation. This narrative is not just about dates and events, it's about people, ideas, and the relentless pursuit of a dream. Each chapter in American history tells a story of struggle, resilience, and progress. From the birth of a nation in the American Revolution to the scars left by the Civil War, each era has left an indelible mark. These historical milestones have not only defined America's past, but continue to influence its present and future. Let us begin this captivating exploration of America's historical landscape. The journey of America is filled with dramatic turns and significant milestones. The American Revolution was a watershed moment in history. It marked the birth of a new nation, free from British rule. The causes of the revolution were manifold, including taxation, without representation, and oppressive laws. The spark of rebellion ignited in 1765 with the Stamp Act, leading to widespread protests. The conflict escalated with events like the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party. By 1775, the war had begun in earnest with the battles of Lexington and Concord. The Declaration of Independence, adopted on July 4, 1776, was a bold assertion of the colony's desire for freedom. Key battles like Saratoga and Yorktown were turning points in favor of the American forces. The Treaty of Paris, signed in 1783, officially ended the war and recognized the sovereignty of the United States. The revolution was not just a military victory, but a triumph of ideals: liberty, democracy, and equality. The Civil War was one of the darkest chapters in American history. It was a conflict rooted in deep-seated issues of slavery, states' rights, and economic disparities. The war officially began in 1861, following the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter. Major battles like Gettysburg and Antietam defined the brutal nature of this war. The Emancipation Proclamation of 1863, issued by Lincoln, declared the freedom of all slaves in Confederate-held territory. The war ended in 1865 with General Robert E. Lee's surrender at Appomattox Courthouse. The Union was preserved, but the nation was left deeply scarred. The Reconstruction era aimed to rebuild the South and integrate freed slaves into society. Amendments to the Constitution, the 13th, 14th, and 15th, abolished slavery, granted citizenship, and protected voting rights. However, Reconstruction faced significant resistance. Despite these challenges, the Civil War and Reconstruction were pivotal in shaping America's social and political landscape. The struggle for civil rights continued, laying the groundwork for future movements. Section 4. The Great Depression. The Great Depression of the 1930s was a period of unprecedented economic turmoil. It began with the stock market crash of October 1929, known as Black Tuesday. Banks failed, businesses closed, and unemployment soared to record levels. President Herbert Hoover's initial response was criticized as inadequate. It wasn't until Franklin D. Roosevelt's election in 1932 that more aggressive measures were taken. Roosevelt's New Deal aimed to provide relief, recovery, and reform. Programs like the Civilian Conservation Corps and the Works Progress Administration provided jobs and infrastructure improvements. The Social Security Act of 1935 introduced a safety net for the elderly and unemployed. Despite these efforts, the road to recovery was slow and arduous. The Great Depression left a lasting impact on American society and its economic policies. Section 5. World War II. World War II was a defining moment for America and the world. The attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, changed everything. The bombing led to America's entry into the war. Industries shifted to wartime production, creating jobs and boosting the economy. Key battles in Europe and the Pacific defined America's strategy. D-Day in 1944 marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 forced Japan's surrender. The war ended with the Allied victory, but the cost was high. The United States emerged as a global superpower. Section 6. America's rise as a superpower. The post-World War II era saw America solidify its position as a global leader. The Cold War dominated international relations, with the United States and the Soviet Union vying for influence. The space race, nuclear arms race, and various proxy wars define this period. The civil rights movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., sought to end segregation and racial discrimination. The rise of Silicon Valley and the information age transformed industries and daily life. Its culture, through music, movies, and technology, reached every corner of the globe. The future of America. As we reflect on America's epic journey, we see a nation that has overcome immense challenges and achieved remarkable progress. From the revolutionary ideals of independence to the global influence of today, America's history is a testament to resilience and innovation. Yet the story is far from over. The future holds new challenges and opportunities. What will be America's next chapter? The answers lie in the hands of its people. As we look ahead, we must remember the lessons of the past and strive to build a future that upholds the principles of freedom, equality, and opportunity for all. The epic journey continues, and the next steps will define the legacy we leave for future generations.